Peter A.
I am Smiley Arriaga.
And we are the Wrestling Caucus.
Yes, indeed. I was supposed to say it. Sorry about that. I was supposed to say it with you.
No. You weren't supposed to say it.
No, okay.
No way.
Okay, that's what I thought we were, starting it.
Hell no. We don't
Jesus
do that.
That was like, oh, fuck.
This ain't the Super Friends. No fucking way.
Oh, my God.
So, this is just a regular wrestling podcast. Two brothers talking shit about wrestling. And no, we're not just going to recap Raw every week.
Is this called Two Brothers?
It's just called Two Brothers.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, there's much more than Raw to recap.
No, I'm just saying. We ain't just going to go through everything. Hey, no. Listen, no offense to the people that do that, but, you know, I'm a topical person. You know, I like to ask questions, have conversations around the world of pro wrestling, not just, oh, what'd you think of that promo on Raw last night? Well, it sucked, or it was great. You know what I mean? I don't want to do all that. You know,
I mean, everyone already does that.
I don't want to go scene by scene. You know, hey, some people do that and do a great job with that, but that's not what we're about. But anyway, enough about what other people are gonna do. There's a lot to talk about in the wrestling world right now, and I think we should address the giant elephant in the room, so to speak. You know, the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Which is definitely affecting pro wrestling. On the live event side. Now, if this was the 1980s, 1990s, 1970s, this would be disastrous for the business, because then the wrestling business relied on ticket sales. You know, the TV show was just a vehicle to get people to pay money to go see the show. This is before pay-per-view. But now we live in a world where TV rights fees are a thing, and WWE has been at, you know, the forefront of that. You know, this Fox deal, this NBC Universal deal, big money. So on the television side, nothing is really changing as far as that's concerned. But from the live event standpoint, some promotions are canceling shows. Like Stardom did the Empty Arena show. Who else? Ring of Honor canceled the pay-per-view. AAA canceled the show. I think CMLL canceled some stuff too. AEW moved some of their Dynamites until later this summer. But I guess as far as WWE is concerned, this is WrestleMania season.
Yeah, you know? I'm more so concerned with like newer companies. I mean, I didn't even think about how it would affect like back in the day before, like, you know, like during the territory days, like how this kind of thing would affect during then. I didn't even think about that. But I'm more worried about like nowadays, like newer companies, because WWE, like, they'll be fine, like, you know, like they're not gonna like lose their TV deals anytime soon. But a newer company, like, you know, like AEW, is, you know, they pretty much function on ticket sales as well. Like,
of course, right?
They book so many shows like in advance, like,
right. But they won't be hurt necessarily, because again, they have TV. They have a strong TV deal. So now, since your live attendance edge side of the business is affected by reasons like that are out of your control, so now, like, look what WWE did with the Performance Center. You know, SmackDown last night, as we're recording this, was at the Performance Center, and it was a pretty entertaining show. You know, I thought it was very entertaining. You know,
no, it was very.
Triple H was hilarious. He was trying to like de-gray his beard by drawing.
Wait, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so
I didn't see
Triple H took a marker instead of just blacking out his gray spots. He started blacking out the gray spots on his beard. That's incredible. Oh, man.
Hey, I swear that did no.
H.
I will.
Don't ever change, Hunter.
I do like realize that commentary last night was better than all the commentaries that happened. Aside from Morrow and McGuinness and Beth Phoenix, that commentary last night on SmackDown was like the least annoying thing I've ever heard on commentary all year.
It was like Michael Cole was trying to do his job, and Triple H just being a goofball. It's great. I thought it was great. But I guess the biggest thing now is, will WrestleMania be canceled? Do you think they'll cancel WrestleMania?
I don't think they'll cancel it. I don't know. Honestly, I thought about a lot of different things. Like, maybe, like, worst comes to worst, if they do postpone it till the summer, maybe like they'll make WrestleMania and SummerSlam, like, they'll combine the two, because, like, you know, if they're postponing it to the summer, like, you have WrestleMania, then, you know, SummerSlam shortly after. I figure, like, maybe, like, you do, like, a big super show or something, you know, I mean, like, wait, it was supposed to, like, where's WrestleMania supposed to be this year? Canada?
No, Tampa.
Tampa, okay. No.
Raymond James
I mean, SummerSlam. Oh, wait, didn't even announce that.
Boston.
Oh, I see. So, like, yeah, it might get complicated if they postpone it till the summer, but I have no idea.
I think WWE has their heart set out on having WrestleMania in April, because I think a lot of companies, a lot of people are just waiting out March, canceling everything out through March and early April. So
yeah, all my work dates got canceled. Most of my work dates got canceled in March.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's smart because we have to distance ourselves away from large crowds. Like a WrestleMania is like 60,000 people. You know what I mean? It's not like even the Garden, all the Barclays Center shows are canceled. You know, so if all the shows at the Barclays Center and the Prudential Center are canceled, I think WrestleMania, which is held at a football stadium, you know, if the government down there says it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna happen.
Could you imagine, like, on a sort of a side note, could you imagine the transportation debacle that happened at WrestleMania the most recent WrestleMania? Could you imagine the transportation debacle on top of the virus stuff? People being like...
Oh, boy. No, because there's like 50, 60,000 people in one place now. I don't see it... Well, we got to see where we are in like a couple of weeks with this virus thing. If there's fewer cases that come up, there might be a possibility that the show may be on. But I would lean on the fact that WrestleMania may not happen this year. And TakeOver, too. TakeOver might not happen either.
That would be a very weird thing to, in terms of like counting the WrestleMania. Is like, dang, it'll be like that the WrestleMania. Like I hope it doesn't get to this, but like imagine like the WrestleMania that never happened,
or the WrestleMania that never was. They'll do it in the empty arena.
Oh Christ!
Look, when I mind an empty arena WrestleMania, you know, I wouldn't mind an empty arena WrestleMania. You know, it's not ideal because you know. Pro wrestling is all about the live crowd.
Yeah, it's one thing doing that for a SmackDown, but for a WrestleMania,
you know, we'll just have to see. But if the government says Vince, no, he's just gonna have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just like I've never seen anything like this happen like in wrestling ever.
I've never seen this happen ever. Yeah. Unbelievable times we're living in.
And like, you know, like right when like Drew McIntyre is getting over Shayna Baszler in the main event. Like
look, and the way WWE's going about it, it's like they're doing a contract signing with Undertaker and AJ Styles this coming Monday. 316 day Steve Austin.
Are people gonna be at Raw?
No, it's at the Performance Center.
Like, oh jeez. Jesus Christ.
It's gonna be awesome.
Oh God. Damn.
We'll see what happens. Vince is man, you gotta give him credit. This motherfucker is a stubborn bastard. He's a real stubborn bastard. Not even a worldwide pandemic is gonna stop this dude. He canceled the XFL though. He canceled all the remaining games. Not all the remaining, but like all the I think so because I don't even know the entire season of the XFL. But he canceled.
I don't like. Wait. What days does the XFL run? Monday? No, not Monday. No. Obviously.
Like the weekends, I think.
Oh,
yeah, Saturday, Sundays. I don't know. I don't watch football, so I don't know. But I don't know. I think there is a possibility, like maybe like a 40-50% chance of WrestleMania being on, and like a 60% chance that it's not happening. Okay, so let's talk about like the Royal Rumble winners, Charlotte Flair and Drew McIntyre. How do we feel about that?
I'm happy about Drew McIntyre. That makes sense. But like Charlotte, like it's kind of like. It's kind of like I don't know. Maybe this is like maybe this is a bad example. It's kind of like the A student, you know, who always gets A's, like you know, being the valedictorian. I guess it's just like, oh well, you kind of expect that because like I don't know. I've seen Charlotte handed so many opportunities that her winning the Royal Rumble is just like, I mean, all right, I guess you could do that. I mean. Everyone wanted Shayna to win the Royal Rumble. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess in the grand scheme of things, it didn't affect Shayna Baszler fighting Becky Lynch for the title. But at the same time, it's just like you have her win the Royal Rumble just so she can beat the NXT champion, the NXT Women's Champion.
Who knows if she's gonna
She's gonna beat.
I don't know.
I'm willing to bet money she's gonna beat Rhea Ripley. Come on, you think about it. What is this? It was the same thing people were saying when she was fighting Asuka. Like, oh no, she's not gonna beat Asuka, and then she beat Asuka.
This is a different bag. This is a totally different situation. Rhea Ripley is a young, up and coming star.
And WWE has never been above burying young, up and coming stars.
Not great.
They've never been above that.
Drew winning makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. Charlotte winning does not. Winning the Royal Rumble, because I think that the Royal Rumbles of like 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, I think, at least for me, have put the expectation in my head like the person that wins this is the person that hasn't been in the main event spotlight but is popular enough and has the fan is over with the fans enough that if they win the Royal Rumble, it makes a whole lot of sense. It's not just, oh, this is the person we like, and therefore they should win the Rumble. Like Brock Lesnar won the Rumble in 2003. He was the hottest ticket at that.
Yeah, that made sense.
Yeah. He was the quote unquote next big thing. That's all. I wasn't even watching regularly during that time period, but I just remember just hearing about Lesnar. 2004, Benoit wins it. He's a guy that, at the time, well respected in the wrestling world. One of the best wrestlers to ever do it. And him winning the Rumble was huge.
That was a no-brainer at the time.
2005, you have Batista winning the Royal Rumble, and he became a big star. And that was just part of a long-term story between his dissension of Evolution. So that made 100% sense. 2006, Rey Mysterio wins the Royal Rumble. Everybody loves Rey Mysterio. That's just like,
no one's going to question Rey Mysterio winning the Royal Rumble at that time.
No-brainer. But, like,
Charlotte
winning the Royal Rumble... No, I mean, last year she main evented WrestleMania last year. It's not. I don't believe in wrestling taking turns. I don't believe that. I don't believe in that stuff. But I think that someone like Charlotte Flair does not need to win the Royal Rumble because she's already a top main eventer, and it's not like they're paying off some big long term story. Like when Cena won the Royal Rumble in 2013, they were just trying to set up him and Rock again. I get it, but. I understood why they did that, but like Charlotte winning doesn't make any sense, It
doesn't. I don't feel anything from it. It's just like, okay, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't have much to say on the subject just because it's just like Charlotte gets another opportunity, great, which she might win. I mean, like it's like I look at the reaction Rhea Ripley got when she won the championship. Versus the reaction that Charlotte got when she won the Royal Rumble. And people were visibly more excited when Rhea Ripley won.
Well, at Full Sail, if you drop a feather in the ring, the crowd's going to go crazy. So, bad example. Not bad example. Because it was a great message. It was a great reaction when she won the NXT title, but it's Full Sail. Like, I swear, if I threw a water bottle in the ring, they're going to pop for it. You know what I'm saying? But, Charlotte is the next thing. Rhea is next up. So, and when you think about how NXT looked like in the Royal Rumble, they needed to. Oh yeah,
they buried like they didn't bury.
Not completely because Bianca Belair looked fucking great.
She was great
in that. She was
Why isn't she fighting Rhea Ripley for the NXT Championship at WrestleMania?
Yeah, I would have done that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like. Why? Like, why Charlotte? Like, why?
I think that...
like, other than the fact that her last name is Flair. Other than the fact that, she is amazing in the ring. But, like, in terms of, like Rhea Ripley or, like, a Becky Lynch winning the Royal Rumble, it's just, like... I don't know, like...
Becky Lynch winning last year
it made a million times more sense.
Yeah. I mean, she was, like, the hottest thing in WWE at that time. So, yeah. But, Charlotte winning, no. Love Charlotte, but nope. Because NXT looked like total losers in that Royal Rumble.
Maybe if Charlotte was like the top promo and like
she was the top star. Oh yeah.
I mean like the top promo, top she had like something that like whoa that like just like blew me away every time I saw her. Like okay I'll get it, but it's just like
she's a top star, but she's not the top.
No,
star.
that's the thing.
She's not. Yeah. But I think the Royal Rumble was a star-making opportunity for Rhea Ripley or anybody else down in NXT that's hot enough. But they needed to make NXT look strong.
Was Rhea champion by the time?
No.
By the time the Royal Rumble happened?
I think so. Yeah, she was champion. Right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because Shayna was in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Drew winning is big business. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be big business yet, but you know.
I mean, people are loving him.
Yeah. He was, he made himself a star, leaving WWE and making a name for himself on Independence and Impact, and coming back to NXT, getting a huge reaction, and the crowd loves him. We were at that Raw where he confronted Lesnar, beat the living shit out of him, and the crowd went insane. So you have a main eventer on your hands. You have a top star on your hands.
Even when he said that silly shit, the sexy Scotsman stuff, I'm thinking like, oh Jesus, who wrote that for him? But the thing is,
he said that, or
no, he said that in a promo. He said he said that in a promo, and I'm thinking like, oh Christ, why did they do this? But then the thing is, like a week or two later, you saw like 3 or 4 people carrying a big ass sign that says "Sexy Scotsman." I'm like, oh wow, that's how much people love this guy. Like, even saying something that's stupid, it won't deter people from loving him.
You see,
deter. Yeah.
What makes it to me like a potential main eventer is if they go out there and the crowd just is connected to them. You know what I mean? Like Drew going out there and just beating up a top star like Lesnar, the crowd lost their shit. They're unbelievable. Like, this is a main eventer. He should beat Lesnar.
You see, here's the thing. Like the way Drew McIntyre connects with the crowd, that's like I've never seen that like in Charlotte. I've never seen that. Like it's easy for her to get the crowd to boo for her, I guess, which is like, I guess
Charlotte's best reaction was when she wrestled Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series.
Yeah,
she got a huge reaction.
Yeah, when she beat the crap out of her. Too bad Ronda didn't sell it the next day.
They just went. Yeah, that was a disaster.
Too bad Ronda did not sell that shit the next day.
I'm not gonna bring that up.
That was just like what? Like the coolest thing Charlotte's ever done, and you just not whatever. But I don't know. It's like Drew, like he's one of those guys. Like you just get it. Like I get it. Like him, like I can feel it too. Like him,
he
like being
talk, he looks like a tough son of a bitch. You just wouldn't fuck with him. And yeah, the only thing with him, they can't overproduce him. They can't make him go out there and do the John Cena thing and talk for 15 minutes. Like, no, he's not that guy. And he's not an MC.
They shouldn't write silly shit.
He's just he's a tough dude. Make him do tough dude shit. Cut ruthless promos and beat the shit out of dudes. That's it.
I'm not gonna lie, and they're like, I mean, it's not as weird. Like him, like like cutting the the I love the crowd promos is not as it wasn't as weird.
Yeah, it's not him.
It wasn't as weird as when like when Miz had his child and then all of a sudden on Raw he was a face. Like it wasn't as weird as that, but sometimes it's like all right. I mean, like whenever Drew caters to the crowd, which is fine. Like when he does the 3-2-1 during the Claymore, before the Claymore, that's cool. That's awesome. Like, but like when he I don't know, like when he was like cutting promos with MVP and he was like, oh, like what do you guys think? Like, should I beat this guy up? This is like,
no, he's
what
not
are you
that
doing? That's not him. That's not him. It's just, what I mean? It's weird, but like it obviously it doesn't like hurt him, but at the same time it's like it's not really his character. Like you said, he just goes out there and he beats people up, and that's what people love him for.
Yeah, like they can't try to redo a Steve Austin or a John Cena.
Don't make him like other people. That's the thing. You shouldn't make him like other people.
Steve Austin was another tough badass that went out there and said, "If you want me to stun Vince McMahon, give me a hell yeah." And the crowd said, "Hell yeah."
That's what Austin did. That's what Austin did.
Drew's not that guy.
And like it, and Drew's not the only guy to do that too. Sometimes, like sometimes, like they do those kind of things that are like Becky. Like sometimes she'll do things that just like, okay, that's something Austin would do, but that's not something you would do. That's something, or more specifically, that's not something you have to do.
Nope.
Because you're already over because you're Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Like you remember when she beat Asuka with the rock bottom?
Yeah.
Like you beat her with the rock bottom? I don't know. not the biggest deal. I guess it's just nitpicking, but at the same time, it's like,
well, yeah, you just can't overproduce these guys.
Yeah.
You know, what makes Becky Lynch? All she did was elbow Charlotte in the face.
Yeah. All she did was punch Charlotte in the face. Awesome.
Nothing. No fireworks. Just basic tough girl shit.
It's like someone is
keep
like
that momentum going. That's all you got to do.
Like someone in the school hallway punching the cool asshole in the face. Everyone's like, yeah, like it just like it's simple.
That's all. But going back to Rhea and Charlotte for a sec, I think her wrestling Charlotte WrestleMania is big because they haven't had an NXT match on a main WrestleMania card ever. So this is a good opportunity for Rhea, but I think she should win. Because if you have a new television show like NXT, and you don't want people to think NXT is developmental, and you have an NXT match on a big-time WWE show, and the NXT person does not look strong, you know what that means? The NXT show isn't shit.
That's exactly why I feel like Rhea should be fighting an NXT star. A current NXT star.
I think their process is, okay, Charlotte's a top,
and she was from NXT.
From NXT. Then you have the new rising star from NXT.
Yeah, but she buries NXT. Her character buries NXT. Like she could job. Yeah, but like, why are you fighting for the NXT title if you're burying NXT? Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Like you're like, it's like someone like fighting for the championship, burying the championship.
Like, why do you want the NXT title?
That's the problem with this story. Why do you don't give a damn about NXT? You made fun of Bayley for being in NXT.
Oh, that was...
You made fun of Bayley for being a wrestler.
That was bad.
Well, that wasn't her fault. But at the same time, it's like, you show their character doing these things.
That's another thing. Why does Charlotte want this title?
That's my problem.
That's the thing. Like, why does she want?
That's why I don't buy this whole thing. I don't buy this. I love Rhea Ripley, but every time I see her in the ring with Charlotte, it's like, why? Charlotte doesn't give a shit about this championship.
The match itself seems interesting because it could be a good opportunity for Ripley. But the story of it, I'm having trouble understanding it. Why does Charlotte want the NXT title? Like,
so you want to make NXT look bad by taking their title, but you don't like. But NXT is beneath you. But so
it seems like Rhea. It seems like Rhea is chasing something as the champion.
She's challenging somebody that doesn't want to fight her. That doesn't really want to fight her, but it's gonna do it because. But they're gonna do it. I hope I didn't peek. But they're gonna do it.
That's fine.
Like Charlotte's like, oh, well, I don't really want to fight you, but I'm gonna do it just because I can.
That's what it seems like.
I can't all right, but.
Yep. So okay, AEW had a show, Revolution.
Oh, awesome! Oh, Jesus Christ, that was. Yeah, that was something else.
This was an example of a show that had an incredible main event story going in and a fantastic undercard to support it. Like, I hate to compare the two, but on some WWE shows, they would put their hot attraction match, not the main event exactly. For example, SummerSlam 2016. You had AJ Styles versus John Cena.
And it wasn't the main event.
And you had Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton, which is fair, which is also a top match.
Well, actually, that match was incredible, actually.
But John Cena versus Randy Orton is once in a lifetime, in my opinion. And they had a 30-minute all-out classic.
Wait, John Cena versus Randy Orton?
No, John Cena versus AJ Styles.
Oh, yeah.
So, right in the middle of the show, they went 30 minutes in the middle of the show, and not one match topped that. Nope. So, right after that match, the crowd's like, what the fuck do? We just saw John Cena and AJ Styles fucking kill each other. But this AEW show didn't do that.
No, like everything topped. I mean, everything, pretty much everything I saw in the car was awesome. For the most part. But you didn't get that feeling that wait a minute, why did this main event the show? You know what I mean? It made sense that Moxley and Jericho main evented the show.
Yes.
And
you could argue that the Kenny Omega and Hangman versus the Bucks could have main evented the show as well.
Yeah, too. I was kind of nervous. I was like, oh my god, how the hell are they gonna top that?
Yeah, but they put that match towards the end of the show, and from a storyline perspective, from a storytelling perspective, I understand why that match went 30 minutes. Excuse me.
This whole thing with that they're doing with the Bucks and what specifically Matt Jackson and Hangman is so like
I love it.
It's so relatable because I've been in that situation. Like,
yeah, you know what?
I mean?
And Hangman wants to. He's like, I want to distance myself from the Elite. I don't want to be a part of this right now. So we'll see. I love it. I love the storyline going in.
Although it is kind of funny how like Hangman is supposed to be like he's being built as like this guy who's like
a drunken loser.
Yeah, he's like being mean to his friends, but people are cheering him.
He's like a tragic hero. It's like
yeah, it is because like and also, but at the same time, at first I thought it was weird that they were cheering Hangman, but at the same time it's like it's like that situation where like you have that guy that like he's doing something wrong or he's going to do something wrong, but like maybe you don't want to accept it. Like oh no, but he's awesome. He's doing cowboy shit, but yeah, but like. Something like he's not treating like something's wrong here, and like maybe the crowd like loves him so much that they don't want to admit it. But when it happens, whatever that is, it's gonna suck the wind out of everybody.
If you asked me a month ago, should Hangman turn heel, I would say yes. Now, no. They have a very good opportunity with Hangman Page.
I feel like but I feel like he will though, because like
I don't think so.
Because, like, the way, like... I could be wrong.
Likes him too much.
Yeah, but that's true. But, like, I could be wrong, but, like... But I think that's what is going to make... If he does turn heel, I feel like the fact that the crowd loves him so much is going to make it all the more impactful when he does finally, like... Because, like, think about it. They teased it at the end of the tag match. He was about to freaking murder Kenny Omega.
I can see him becoming... this kind of outlaw babyface kind of thing, like a Jim Ross likes to bring up John Wayne or some sort of Western hero kind of thing, like a Clint Eastwood type.
Yeah,
I could see that happening, but I can also see him turning on the Elite
because they tease it so many times. Like even though people don't want to accept it, I could be wrong, but I feel like it's gonna happen. Because like think about and in this story, Kenny's the guy. Obviously, his friendship, his friendship is like with his group, it's falling apart. But he's trying to keep them together. Like he's like, oh no, guys, Hangman's fine. Or like he'll tell Hangman, like, oh man, like Matt, like they still love you. But it's like, and think about it, Nick, like on the most recent Dynamite episode, he went to the freaking hospital. Hangman wasn't even there. Yeah. He asked him to be his tag partner. He wasn't even there for his homie.
God damn, that was.
And I don't think Matt's gonna forget that. I don't think Matt's going to forget that at all.
And you know what? I love that Chris Jericho is not just a cool heel. Like, the crowd likes to sing the Judas song, and the crowd legitimately loves Jericho, but when he does a douchebag thing, the crowd reacts to that.
And exactly, and I wouldn't be surprised if Hangman, if a similar thing happened like that with Hangman. Like, we'll as much as they love him, when shit hits the fan, it's gonna be very effective, I think.
Yeah. And you know what? With Moxley and Jericho, Jericho has been so crucial to help building up Dynamite. You could argue that Jericho should have had the title longer, but the way they built Jon Moxley and the way they set him up for Jericho, he had to win.
Oh yeah, they took his eye. He took his freaking eye. I mean,
and he went undefeated. He's completely undefeated now. So, yeah.
And even if Moxley had lost, it would have been his first loss.
Yeah, when he showed up to Double or Nothing, oh my god, that reaction was sick.
I was like, this guy's gonna be the champion one day. It's either it's pretty much a mix between I know Omega will get it eventually. For anyone who's worried that Omega's not gonna get, he'll get it eventually. Like he has the tag. If he has the tag titles now, I'm pretty sure he will get the world title eventually. Like, it's only a matter of time. Like with Moxley, even if he didn't win at Revolution, he would have won it in due time. And I think Pac is another one of those guys. Like he'll probably win it in due time.
Yeah,
definitely.
Pac, his match with Orange Cassidy.
Oh my god,
Jesus Christ!
I love that match so much. I was about to throw my laptop out of my window out of excitement. I was just like, oh my, I was freaking out over everything Orange Cassidy did. It's just like,
my god.
Oh man, that guy's a great dropkick.
The crowd loves him. He has such a unique character, and he doesn't say anything. Everything he does he does in the ring. His actions speak so loud.
And people would assume that a character like him who doesn't like give a shit wouldn't sell, but my God, he sells incredibly.
Yeah, like his gimmick is that he doesn't give a shit, but when push comes to shoves, he will give a shit.
Like he's the guy like, oh, you don't want him to give a shit. Like, you know, the Hulk, you don't like me when I'm angry. Dangerous. You wouldn't like me when I give a shit. You know what I mean? That
was a star-making moment.
Oh my God.
That Darby Allin and Sammy Guevara match, another one. Darby Allin, he's next up. He is something special.
He's another guy I feel like, I don't know when, but he will win the world title, like, or be in that spot again eventually.
Yeah, and he has such a unique presentation to him. He doesn't do anything conventional. He's so unconventional.
He wrestles like a freaking like crazy skateboarder.
Yeah. And his promos are not necessarily promos. They're a bunch of video packages and vignettes and stuff like that. Using his film background. Oh, it's great.
My favorite will always be like when he was about to talk, and then like I think it was the week after he got like attacked, like Sammy Guevara freaking like took a skateboard to his neck, and then that promo where he was like, and then before lighting Sammy and
that was brilliant.
And Jericho's like
brilliant.
That what the hell is it called? The big paper cardboard cut out of them on fire. Oh my God, that was phenomenal.
I love how they told that story.
All of his vignettes are very rewatchable.
Oh yeah. And he took when Sammy Guevara hit him with the skateboard to the throat, and he didn't speak for weeks. Has he spoken a word since then? He used signs and everything, yeah.
Yeah, even during the commercial break.
Fucking brilliant.
Even during the commercial break, when they cut to like the double screen thing, you see like him playing with the signs. Like, it's incredible. It's hilarious, but it's so good. Like, and Sammy Guevara, I fucking love Sammy Guevara so much. Everything about him is so awesome.
Yeah,
he's hilarious. He's genuinely funny, not like he's a joke. He's genuinely funny, and he's like extremely talented. Like you forget how talented he is because he's so funny.
Yeah,
like him and Darby Allin were murdering each other even before the match started. Yeah. Oh my God! I mean, I don't know. Like maybe some people might have a problem. Like, oh, they're doing all this stuff before the bell rings. But yeah, but like he freaking like destroyed Darby Allin's neck. He took his voice away. Of course, like they're not gonna lock up and grapple. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Anything else from Revolution that stuck out to you?
Jesus Christ. What was it? What else was on the card? There was Statlander versus Nyla Rose, which like on paper, like I don't know. I guess I expected the reactions to be better. I don't know. Maybe it didn't click that much, but I still enjoy. I always enjoy seeing Kris Statlander. She has a potential that like it reminds me of when Undertaker was like like when he debuted and people didn't quite like get it, and they were just like, like it didn't really click that much. But then like through time, which is something that people really just don't want to fucking give anybody anymore. They don't want to give any gimmick time.
It wasn't through time. It was character evolution.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that happened through time. Like through time, it turned into something that no one could ever imagine. I think, I don't know. I think there's a lot of like potential in Kris Statlander, and Nyla Rose she's just awesome.
Yeah,
she's amazing.
I think we have to talk about this.
Oh, MJF versus Cody.
Oh, that was
Jesus
great.
Christ! How can we forget that? Oh man. Oh my God! Yeah, MJF is like, he's one of those. Heel in the I can't name. Okay, other than the armbar and the hilarious crossroads he does, I can't name a single move that he does. But that's not. But he's living proof that like moves can only get you so far.
Yeah, if you're doing a move, it has to matter to something. It has to
it's when you do the move, not exactly. What moves you do.
Yeah, they told a great story, and Cody was he was out for blood. He just saw red. He wasn't thinking clearly,
and it caused him to make some mistakes too.
Exactly, and it cost him the match too.
Yeah.
Well, the MJF cheated. He used this ring, put the ring out of his drawers, and Balo right in the face. So.
Oh man, MJF, he's another guy. He's never gonna have that title. He's gonna get that title, like, and everyone's gonna hate it, and it's gonna be awesome.
He's the best heel in the business. Him and Randy Orton.
Are we missing any other matches from Revolution?
No, I just asked what stood out. We're not going through every
Oh,
match.
okay.
I
just don't want to forget anything. But oh
well. We have to talk about this part-timer thing in pro wrestling.
Okay. So on SmackDown,
my God,
Roman Reigns, and God bless him. I don't know if someone wrote this for him. I don't know, but like he went back into the well of calling Goldberg a part-timer. Like
Goldberg, William Goldberg. Like, if you go back, I mean, we all had the WWE Network. You can go back and literally watch that Nitro from the Georgia Dome 1998 where Goldberg beats Hollywood Hogan clean in the middle. The crowd lost their shit. We're talking about, okay, you have Steve Austin, then you have The Rock, right? And then you have Goldberg for that time period. That's the pecking order. He is one of the biggest stars in professional wrestling. Period.
I get it. I understand like the argument that he's old, or whatever. Maybe like I don't know. Maybe I had it in my head that like Roman would be fighting like a guy of his generation, but at the same time, like that reaction that Roman got. When was the last time you heard Roman get that many cheers? When he confronted Goldberg on SmackDown?
He keeps cutting promos like that. Forget about it.
Oh, no. Oh, Mike. All he did was walk... in contrast to what we saw in the Performance Center, all he did was walk up to Goldberg and say, I'm next. It was so... people were cheering so loud. No one... I didn't care when they canceled the Men's Chamber. I didn't care.
This is a problem in pro wrestling. The fourth wall constantly being broken. Too much. And it happens a lot.
When John Cena did it, cutting those promos against Roman Reigns, or like those legendary promos against The Miz on SmackDown, I had no problem with it. But like when it happens like this, and it's such a like, it didn't feel genuine at all. You're calling him a fucking part-timer. Are you serious?
It doesn't mean anything.
What does that mean?
It's Goldberg. He's a special attraction.
What did John Cena say to Roman Reigns in those promos? I can do this better part-time than you can ever do it full-time.
Like, I'm here because you can't do your job.
That was great.
That's it. Like, Goldberg is here because, again, you can't do your job. That's the story. Goldberg is there because there's not a lot of difference makers in WWE right now. Partially because WWE set themselves up for the brand to be the top draw. So... every year, people buy their travel packages to go to WrestleMania. They're buying WrestleMania. They're not buying Becky Lynch, Roman Reigns. They're buying WrestleMania.
Which is like another issue of itself.
They buy SummerSlam. They buy Royal Rumble. That's another issue. But the story of this match, Roman versus Goldberg, when Roman Reigns went up to Goldberg and said, "I'm next," you say, "Who's next?" "I'm next." The follow up to that should have just been, okay, Goldberg.
I want the championship again. It's been a while. Like, the story of...
that too.
Like, how Roman made his amazing recovery. Got, thank God he recovered from that. And, it's been too long. I want that title again. Why do you gotta make this another thing of, I'm a full-timer versus part-timer thing? Like, how many times are you going to do that? That's the best thing you can say. That's the best thing. That's the best thing you can make Roman say to Goldberg. That's the best thing.
This is a generation versus generation match. The only thing Roman Reigns needed to say was, okay, look, again, I want that title, because we're forgetting it's for the championship. That's another thing. And you speared a lot of people. You've ran through a lot of people, but I'm not that easy to get through. You know what I mean? You have to work you know what I mean? I'm not one of these these jobbers.
I'm not a pushover.
No. Yeah, I'm not a pushover like the guys you ran through in WCW. I'm a different breed or something like that.
Anything but calling him a part-timer.
The part-timer shit is stupid. This is Goldberg. Okay? I don't know.
Like him or hate, I love how Goldberg got all those boos, because it made people just cheer for Roman even louder.
All the work that Goldberg has put in pro wrestling since he was... You goddamn right. He has the right to be a part-timer now.
And, and plus, here's the thing: like at his age, like imagine him, like him on the WWE schedule.
He's not gonna work. Are
you kidding me?
Come on, people. And Brock Lesnar, he's another one that gets the part-timer thing, which is stupid. We're talking about Brock Lesnar.
Wasn't Bruno Sammartino a part-timer?
Well, that meant because that was before weekly television.
Yeah,
that was before all that.
Yeah, that's true.
Different generation, but we live in an age with weekly TV. So
Edge hasn't been on TV in weeks.
Yeah.
No one's gonna call him a part-timer. You wanna know why? Because the feud between Randy Orton and Edge isn't about full-time versus part-time. It's about freaking Randy Orton being a lunatic.
Yeah.
And Edge wants revenge for what he did to his wife. Simple.
If it was Goldberg versus Hogan again at WrestleMania, bad news. It doesn't help anybody.
Yeah. If you have like two guys, like,
it'll sell tickets, but it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help the future.
Yeah.
Goldberg versus Roman Reigns helps Roman because when Goldberg's not going to be around after WrestleMania. At least I don't know. So, but I'll put my money that he won't be around after WrestleMania. Roman Reigns as the champion can go to SmackDown and say, I beat Goldberg. You know what I mean? You have the guy that beat Goldberg. This is the top star. Star-making moment. Great. So if you really want to go all the way with Roman Reigns, this is a good starting point to try to do that.
And like like I said, like this is a good thing for Roman Reigns because like people aren't booing him about it. They want him to beat Goldberg, but like this is
They gotta stop using insider talk in promos. You
like
gotta
people
stop
aren't
that.
people aren't mad about part timers as much as like
they don't give a shit
anymore.
They don't give a shit. No one gives a shit. You know how many people read the so-called dirt sheets? The hardest of the hardcore fans are Wrestling Observer subscribers. Not to like call the Observer quote unquote dirt sheet. You know,
I hate that term too. I hate the term dirt
only
sheet.
if the hardest of the hardcore wrestling fans are subscribers to that, to the Pro Wrestling Torch, to PW Insider. The hardest of the hardcore. The people on wrestling forums use terms like part-timers and whatever. The people that pay money to go see the show, they just want to see a match. They want to see dynamic, interesting characters. They want to be brought into a certain world. They don't want the fourth wall to be broken. They don't want 100% reality. You know what I mean? We don't want outlandish, ridiculous shit, but we want something that's like believable that we can buy into. You know what I mean?
And I don't know, man. I can't. Like when you said that, I was like, oh, jeez. It just took me out of that whole argument. It just took me out of that whole. Even though there were a lot of other things in that promo that just like what, that just didn't make that just like why would you make Roman say that? Like I don't know. Like that whole thing about like if I can main event in front of like I don't know like. In front of like a few people, like I can main event WrestleMania. Like what did that mean? What does that mean? I don't know. I'm paraphrasing, but it's just like
let's create stories. Let's try to tell stories because the best stories that you tell, the more people will be able to buy tickets to the show.
Why not tell stories about how like I don't know, like something like you bury young guys, you bury current stars, something like that, so I'm here to take the title back, or something like that. I don't know. Anything but the whole part-timer thing.
It's lazy. It's lazy storytelling.
It's very lazy.
It's ridiculous. No one cares about that.
No one cares about whether... In fact, if anything, it would be nice... Like, it's actually, like, on paper, it's actually not a bad idea for the champion not to be there every single week. I mean, their presence should be felt... I mean, I don't know.
One of WWE's problems is overexposure.
Yeah, but then again, I did kind of have like issues. Like there was a time where like Lesnar not being there for weeks and weeks, and then it would just be like I'll see guys like Aleister Black, like killing it every week. I'm like, okay, like what are they fighting for? They should be fighting for something. And, you forget what they're fighting for when the world champion isn't there.
And, yeah, Lesnar doesn't have to be... Whoever's the top champion that's not there every week, they don't need to be there all the time to, keep him there.
They don't have to wrestle every week.
Yeah, they can always shoot vignettes and and make the wrestlers or the performers
like have the champion's presence be felt somehow.
Yeah, using vignettes or like this match next week leads to this title match down the line or something like that. But the idea of someone being a part-timer doesn't mean anything. You know, you're an attraction, so we're not going to overexpose you. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, do I think that Goldberg should be the champion right now?
No, not really. He doesn't have to be. He did not have to win the championship.
No.
He did not have to win that title. I don't think so.
But, you know, him beating The Fiend is not the worst thing in the world because, one, The Fiend went undefeated for months, and his first loss was to Goldberg. Not Gilbert. Goldberg.
I will say this, like, and I said, and like, I feel the same way. I felt the same way, like, when Goldberg fought Lesnar at WrestleMania the second time. That did not need to be for the title. That match was just as awesome without being for the title.
Yeah, like Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker.
That did not
no belts.
Need to be for the title.
There was no belts involved.
Or like, yeah, so like, realistically, you could have done Roman and Goldberg without the championship. Like, you know, like.
No, I think it makes sense. You know,
I'm gonna say like it doesn't necessarily need the title.
Oh, because Roman is positioned, well, him and Bray Wyatt, but mostly Roman has been positioned as the star of SmackDown. So if you're positioning him as a star of SmackDown, it makes all the sense in the world to make him the champion.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you know, but I don't know. It's just like you could have come with something. You could have come with something so much more interesting.
Yeah,
for him to say anything else.
You know why Steve Austin versus McMahon was so successful? What's the story there? A disgruntled employee beating up his boss. Every person in America would love that. People related to that. Let's make stuff that people can relate to. No one gives a fuck if someone is a part-timer or not. No one gives a shit. Tell a good story.
Even if some people want to make it seem like that's how it is, it's not like that. Because like John Cena is quote unquote a part-timer, but the thing is, every time he cuts a promo on TV, everyone loses their minds. People were losing their minds like when they thought that he wasn't gonna have a match at WrestleMania. John Cena really made people think, "Oh, I'm not gonna have a match at WrestleMania." Everyone was like, "What?" Like even John Cena was surprised by the fact that people were so like angry about him not having a match at WrestleMania.
What did Roman Reigns say in his promo yesterday? Guess what he said? Goldberg put asses in seats. That's what he said. He said He said no. He said this business is all about putting people in seats, right?
That's what Goldberg
That's
does.
what he said. And he said Goldberg did a great job with that. But he's a part-timer.
So,
he's a part-timer.
like when Bray confronted...
But he does his job, right? You know what Goldberg should say next week? Roman, do you put asses in seats? He should ask that question. You know, it's a little too inside, but not
I guess
necessarily.
Since that's this freaking road they're going down.
Yeah, you could say that. You're like, yeah, like you said.
If you want to talk about it.
I'm Goldberg. I'm fucking Goldberg. You're just Roman Reigns. He could say that.
I mean, it'll get him booed, but like, you know, like that's a, you know.
But he'd be right.
Yeah, he's right. Like, anyway. At least look at Bray Wyatt and John Cena. They talked nothing about, being a part-time or anything like that. They just, like, Bray Wyatt was mad at John Cena because he, like, you know, I guess he took his spotlight from him. That's a way better way to convey. That's a way better argument than you're a part-timer. Bray Wyatt just went in that ring and said, you're a part-timer.
No, Bray Wyatt went out there and it was just Bray Wyatt.
He had like a legitimate grievance with him that like I can buy why Bray Wyatt is mad, like, you know, like wants to fight John Cena.
Yeah, like John Cena was great because John Cena's promo was a little inside too. It was a little fourth wall breaking.
But at least I believe that.
Yeah, like he said, he was like, everyone says I buried them. That's a little inside. But he's like, everything that, but like, I lose a whole lot.
Yeah, he named a lot of losses that he had.
And then he kept saying, like, I pick myself up and I start again. Like, I grab everything.
That's a good argument.
Yeah, I'm John Cena. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, John Cena was given a lot of, you know, he was almost fired. But Stephanie McMahon heard him freestyling on the bus, and that changed everything. So, him going out there and saying Bray Wyatt is overrated, we need to focus on different people, and then this guy, I did nothing to this guy.
That's a situation where I say thank God for Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt did this to himself. That's John Cena's argument. That's fair.
That's a great argument too.
Like, okay, Bray Wyatt's retort, it was a Bray Wyatt response. He was like, "You broke me. You broke me." And the Fiend, he helped me.
He helped me, yeah. And that makes sense because like before the Fiend,
yeah.
Could you imagine being excited for a Bray Wyatt match before the Fiend?
They stayed in character. Imagine if Bray Wyatt started talking about his dad IRS. Like, my dad IRS, he was whatever. And something, you know what I mean? Like, imagine if he did that. And he starts talking about his brother Bo Dallas. Like, it would just destroy everything.
Oh my God, thank God he didn't bring up Bo Dallas. Where the hell is Bo Dallas?
I don't know. But let's stop breaking the fourth wall, people. Let's stop it. Stop it right now. Please. Please.
And if you're going to, do it sparingly and do it, like, at least do it in a way that people like, oh, I believe this. Like, you know, when Punk broke the fourth wall, even though, like,
he just said his first name.
Yeah.
This is Phil Brooks talking to Paul Levesque.
I mean, like, with his legendary promo, like, when he said that, like, breaking the fourth wall here. At least people believed every word he said. I believed every word he said in that promo.
Yeah.
Like, but that, like,
You know what he said? When CM Punk was talking his shit, he was like, you know, like, John, I like you. And I like you a hell of a lot more than I do the guys in the back.
I believe that.
But I hate this idea that you're the best because I'm the best. That's great.
Conviction.
That's pro wrestling.
Conviction.
That's it. He didn't say you get pushed.
You get
more
pushed.
Than
you get pushed way more than me.
I get buried and you get pushed. Stop it. No. You know what I mean?
Man, the summer of Punk would have been a lot shorter.
Yeah.
If that was the case. Oh my God, this is anything but this whole part-time. I don't want to see another part-timer versus goddamn full-timer feud anymore.
But I will say that empty arena SmackDown wasn't half bad.
Oh no, it was great. I think it should have been like ECW would do like promo shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think they should have spent the whole like show cutting promos.
I liked that Cesaro and Bryan match was damn good.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah. It was short and sweet. They just beat the fuck out of each other. It was awesome.
It was so cool. I wish it was in front of a crowd, but it was so cool.
Do more stuff like that.
And I'm really happy that Sami Zayn. The fact that Sami Zayn has been there so long and this is the first championship he's gotten other than the NXT title.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for that because Sami Zayn has everything. No matter how many times they want to make you think that this guy is a geek and he will never be anything, Sami Zayn has everything.
Yeah.
He is a phenomenal worker. And he's also a great promo. People forget how good of a promo he is.
And look at someone like a Chris Jericho. Going back to the part-timers stuff. Chris Jericho, he's paid his dues internationally. He's wrestled in New Japan before. He goes to New Japan after being WWE forever. Kenny Omega's been in Japan for 10 years. He's been in New Japan for a while up until before they wrestled. That match was a difference maker. That was big money for New Japan.
That should have been the main event of that year.
Because we're talking about Chris Jericho.
Versus Kenny Omega.
The star of the legend versus the current star. The future of the wrestling business. Money. Nobody said nothing about no part-time bullshit. Or even fucking... It's not really part-time. It's generation versus generation. Tanahashi versus Kenny Omega. That was Kenny Omega saying, you Tanahashi, your style is the old way. My way's better. It's a new generation, old man. Great.
That was great.
You know what I mean?
That was great. Even though it is kind of funny every time they call Tanahashi an old man. Because it's just like, look at him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he looks like he's in his, like early 30s.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Jericho and Omega, that was like John Cena and AJ Styles like on like another level. I think it's like the same idea. Like you have the guy who's been running shit for a long time, and then you have the guy who's like just been killing it everywhere else. Like, you know, like the face of WWE versus the guy who just got here, but who's done everything before coming to WWE. You know, like it was like one of those, it's like a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Why, if you have Goldberg here and you have Roman Reigns here, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
And like, yeah, like I said, the reactions were much better than I would have thought.
Start making moments and tell stories. Tell great stories that we can buy. Don't just use insider terms because no one cares.
Oh, they're gonna love this. They're gonna love this.
They don't give two shits. All right. Wrapping up the pilot episode of the Wrestling Caucus, and you can listen anywhere you get podcasts. I'm Peter A.
I'm Smiley Arriaga.
And hopefully we'll be back to talk about WrestleMania if it's not canceled.
Fuck.
But even so, if it is canceled, we'll just talk about the matches that could have been.
Oh, Jesus.